What's up, guys? Slick here. I just wanted to make this short little video. It's about a roadside repair, a little tech tip that could maybe help someone else out that runs into this problem. It's a common problem. This isn't a long form video of mine. I got one of them coming out this weekend, hopefully. But just wanted to share this story, little tech tip. I was out riding with my buddy Vic tonight on he's on his 64 Panhead. I was on my 58, and we were out riding, and then we were at our spot that we like to go to. We were having some adult refreshments, you know, milk and cookies. But after a few hours, we went to leave. Now, we're both kickstarting our Panheads at the same time. I'm really not paying him no mind. They're both being finicky. It was real cold out. But I got mine started, and his ain't starting. So I was letting mine warm up, and I was giving him a hand, trying it myself. It just wasn't working out. So I shut my bike off, and then noticed that he had, like, I thought it was rainwater under his bike, but here it was gas. So immediately I looked under the linker carburetor, and he was overflowing like crazy. And so either the float is stuck or there's a piece of trash on the needle and seat, who knows, right? So shut the fuel off. Let me pull you next to the bike. It's a very common problem. I shut his fuel off, and I said, you know what, I gotta get the carburetor bowl drained at least. So what I did was, on a linker carburetor, there is a fuel filter. Pardon my filming, but there's a fuel filter here. So I undid that cap, pulled the fuel filter out. There's a little metal strainer in there. And I drained all the gas that was in there out of that bowl that was overflowing out of the bowl. And what I did was, instead of taking this, there was no way to bang on the float with a hammer or a wrench. You know, I had my whole tool set with me that I carry. And I didn't want to get into taking off the air cleaner and the backing plate. So what I did was I took a little piece of baling wire, about yay long, and I stuck it up in the fuel filter, went all the way up. I felt it go in the hole there to where the needle and seat is, right here. So I did that till I felt it go all the way up, and I was jamming it up and down until I could hear the float going, jingling around in the bowl. So at that point, I knew at least the bowl is free. I mean, at that point, I knew the float was free, if that was the problem. And or if there was a piece of debris on the seat and needle, it would have cleared that out, right? So then I put the fuel filter back on, and then turned his fuel on and rechecked it. And it was dry as a biscuit. Nothing was overflowing anymore. So at that point, then I kickstarted it for him and got him on his way. So it's a very common problem. I just wanted to share that with you guys if you don't already know, but with a linker, you can do that. Stick a wire up in there and jiggle the float up and down if you got a stuck float or whatnot, you know. So this is an unedited, little quick tech tip, roadside repair. You know, sorry I didn't film it, but there was like 12 people out there watching us and saying a bunch of dumb shit. So I was just focused on getting him fixed and getting him home. So I did that, and that's that. But it's a common problem. I never encountered it with a linker yet, but now I did. So my little trick worked. So if that ever happens to you, carry a little carry baling wire with you. I carry baling wire with me at all times because it's useful in 100 different applications. You know, baling wire saves the day all the time. So that's that. I just wanted to put out this short little video. And like I said, hopefully there's a new video coming out this weekend. I have it all done. I just gotta add a couple more things, and I'll publish it to YouTube. All right, guys. Keep it slick out there.